Dead Man's Island was a great paradise for scientists. I mean, they loved to come down there and collect. And in those early days of marine biology, a lot of the science that was going on was taxonomy, identifying what species were inhabiting San Pedro Bay. And this was actually a type of science that attracted a lot of women. And there were two very prominent women scientists that were part of the squatter town. Sarah P. Monks. She was one of the scientists there. She taught at the Los Angeles Normal School, which became UCLA. And she was a herpetologist. She studied lizards, but then she also came out, and they were malacologists, so they studied mollusks and shells. Another woman scientist there, M. Burton Williamson, her name was Martha, but she tended to publish under the name M. Burton Williamson, was a great collector. She has a monograph that was published by the Smithsonian in 1892. So, as far as I know, that's one of the first scientific papers on San Pedro Bay that was not kind of one of the bigger expeditions an individual scientist published. And it was a woman who published that paper. William Ritter, who was a professor of biology at UC Berkeley, came down to San Pedro Bay and set up a laboratory. And he wanted Berkeley to have a laboratory. He wanted the University of California to have a laboratory. He had taken over a bathhouse and created a laboratory there and a, outpost of University of California on Terminal Island. And it operated in 1901 and 1902. And not only were there women on the faculty there were women students. Even though this lab, accepted women scientists, it was still a challenging period of time. Sarah Monks did a textbook on, anatomy, but didn't get any credit because she did all of the drawings in the book. M. Burton Williams tried to become a member of the California Academy of Sciences, but she was not accepted because she did not have a formal degree. This was a woman who was well published. The harbor area was kind of a rough and tumble area. You have to admire the spirit of women who would walk out on this rocky breakwater to get to a shack where they were living. And, a lot of these shacks were made with driftwood. So it was a pretty rough life, but they had a community there.